Hello, everybody. So, in this lesson of the mindset module, we are going through belief systems. So, what we're going to cover, I'm going to teach you what limiting beliefs are. I'm going to show you how to become aware of your own limiting beliefs, and then how to convert those limiting beliefs into empowering beliefs. And this is all it's very powerful stuff, so make sure you pay attention. So, first off, what is a limiting belief? Well, it's kind of like if you had a Ferrari, with this massive engine and it can go whatever 200 odd miles per hour, but you have a limiter on the engine, which prevents it from going over 60. Now, even though you've got an awesome engine, an awesome car with just so much potential, with this limiter on the engine, you'll never go past 60. And that's what a limiting belief kind of is. So imagine yourself as someone with loads and loads of potential to do great things, but you've got a limiter on you. And that limiter is what we call a limiting belief. And that's what stops you from really achieving anything. And what we need to do is get rid of that limiting belief and change it to what we call an empowering belief. So I'm just going to go through like how limiting beliefs are formed. So imagine here we have pure potential. Now that's just what we're given on day one when we're born. We've got unlimited pure potential. We don't know what we can and can't do. It's just pure potential. And I'll give you an example of this, and it's a bit embarrassing, but when I was about 6, I went to a swimming lesson with school. It's when I went to the state school, and we had to walk up to the swimming pool, and we had a swimming lesson once a week. And anyway, for the first swimming lesson I did, the swimming instructor said, look, everyone who knows how to swim, go over to the deep end. Everyone that doesn't know how to swim, go to the shallow end. Now, I'd never been in a swimming pool. Well, not that I could remember anyway. I think I had when I was a baby or something. But I looked at the people that were going over to the deep end, and I thought, you know what? I can swim. So I walked over to the deep end, and I remember because we had to jump in and do width so they could see us. I jumped in, I flapped my arms and legs around as fast as I could, but nothing happened, and I went straight down. And in the end, I had to get fished out by they have this hook thing when they put in, and then you grab onto it and they pull you out. Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing. And then I got walked over to the shallow end. But anyway, that was an example of pure potential. I have no beliefs about anything. I just think I can do whatever. And so we all start with pure potential. And then day to day, we do actions. So we do something and we see how it gets on. So for instance, in the swimming example, I jumped into the pool and flapped my arms and legs, uncoordinated, and tried to swim. But unfortunately, it didn't work and I sank. So we do actions, and from that we get results, and the results are either good or bad. So in the swimming example, it was pretty bad. I didn't swim. I was very scared because I almost drowned, and people were laughing at me. And from that, we get a belief. And if we've had bad results, it's what we call a limiting belief. So my belief from that was, I'm rubbish. My friends all over here in the deep end, they can swim. I can't even swim. And so my pure potential, where I thought I could do anything and I thought I could swim, now it's like, actually, I can't. And I don't really like it because people laughed at me. And what that does, unfortunately, is it's a vicious cycle. So next time I went swimming, I kind of practiced, I was doing it, but I didn't really like it. And when you don't like something, you don't try as hard. You don't work at it very well. And then because of that, because you're not working at it very well, your results are still quite bad. And then that cements your belief that you're not good at swimming. And this pool of potential gets smaller. And again, it just goes round and round. So I won't be practicing as much because I don't like it. I won't ask my dad to take me swimming on the weekend because I don't want to do it. Results are bad. And I believe I'm bad. And that's how it happens. So every belief you've got about you can't do something stems from something that happened when you were growing up. Sometimes you can remember it, like that one, but sometimes you can't. And everyone's got limiting beliefs about something. It usually is a sentence where it's like, I can't do something. So really think about what your limiting beliefs are. So like I said, any statement that starts with I can't is a limiting belief. And just try and think about why you feel this way. Can you go back to the bit that you did an action and made you think you couldn't do it? A common limiting belief is that you're not a top grade student. And this is why I brought it up, because lots of you just believe that you're unable to revise, and no matter what you do, you just can't get top grades. And I'm here to say that, it's not true. It's just not true at all. But it's all about getting rid of these limiting beliefs and putting them into empowering beliefs. So the way we do that is, first off, you recognize the limiting beliefs. So whether it be I'm not a top grade student or whatever. And then you see if you can think of the source. And it doesn't matter if you can't, but just see if you can. Because if you can think of it, it's even easier to break the limiting belief. But what you need to do is just recognize that it is just a belief. It's in your head. And that all we need to do is fix the action step. And then we can replace that belief with an empowering one. Because if you think about it, if my action was I went into the shallow end and the instructor showed me how to swim, how to coordinate my arms and legs, I would have a very different belief. I think, I can do this. I just need to just keep practicing this technique. And that proves that it's just the action. And people just get the action wrong in their first instance, which is normal, right? Like, how many people get things right straight away? Not many. So we just need to fix the action. That's what I want to do on this course. So let's just tackle the action step. This is the action step. This is where everything stems from. If we can fix that, we'll get good results. It'll make our belief seem good. Our pure potential increases. And then we do more actions like it. And we like it because if we know that we're doing well, it means you enjoy it more. It means that you've got some positive feedback that what you're doing is working. So you keep doing the actions, which gives you even better results, which gives you better belief, which makes your potential even better. And it's awesome. So, I mean, I can give you a good example of something that's worked for me. I mean, public speaking, I've always been good at that. And my earliest memory of doing it was doing a presentation when I was about 8 years old. And I didn't know what to do it on. And I had no idea how to do a presentation. I mean, talking in front of everyone seemed a bit daunting. But I went home, I told my mum, and luckily my mum's really good at this sort of thing. And we found a topic which was old coins, and she got all these flashcards, and we wrote out everything about what I was going to do and say. And I remember she made me practice it so many times at home to the point where I got bored. And then I went into school and I did the presentation, and everyone loved it. I mean, especially the teachers, they were so impressed. I remember I was in year 3, I think, at the time, and they said, this is so good. I want you to do this for another class. So I did it for another class, which, these are people I didn't even know in a different year. And then I had to do it for the year 6s, the oldest people in the school. And what do you think that did to my belief? My results from taking the action of practicing this presentation was that I was good at public speaking. I was good at doing presentations. And that made my pure potential exponentially big. And so whenever I've had to do public speaking or anything, I take the right actions and I know I'm going to get good results, and my belief just gets better and better. And so that's the power of taking a good action, because there's lots of people who did that presentation who, were unfortunate. They didn't have a mum that was so good at helping them with presentations. And unfortunately, they didn't practice. They didn't really know what they were going to say. And they got up, they tried to talk, and unfortunately, they just mumbled. We didn't know what they were going on about. There was no real topic. And so the results were pretty poor. And so they thought, I'm a shy person. I can't do these sorts of things. And they then just think, I can't do public speaking. And that's where a limiting belief can start from. And that's where people start fearing doing public speaking. Anyway, I've sidetracked a bit. So there's the snowball effect that I keep saying, which is what I really want to get you guys on. So what we're going to do, we're going to manage your actions. We're going to make sure that every step you do is for awesome results. And these results may come in the form of getting good homework marks, getting good test results, and eventually getting your exam results. And so there'll be good source of feedback, which will feed into your belief system and just get rid of your limiting beliefs, give you empowering beliefs, which just, as you can see here in the silly diagram we've done, it makes your pure potential bigger. And that will make your actions even better because you'll do the work because you know it works. And then you'll get even better results. And then you'll believe even more. And it's a snowball effect. It gets bigger and bigger, and it's all exponential. So that is the power of sorting out your limiting beliefs. So what I want you to do now is an exercise where I want you to figure out what your limiting beliefs are. And just understand that they are beliefs and that we are going to change your actions and change them to empowering beliefs. And once you've written out what your limiting beliefs are, then move on to the next lesson, where we'll go into some other cool things. So we'll catch you there.